All right, we are talking West Scranton boys soccer here on the John Mendola Show with our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Head coach Tom Kane here are the Invaders. And coach, pretty good team, pretty good start. Let's talk about the Invaders here in 2024.
Yeah, absolutely. We've definitely been off to a flying start. Turning the program around over these last couple years. And this year it really started with captain's practices right after the school year let out. Last school year in the spring, the captains wanted to get everything started, get the ball rolling, quite literally. And they just haven't missed a beat from captain's practices moving into our summer conditioning, and into the season. So just very hard-working group of guys, a lot of guys that are just working, very well together, building some chemistry, and getting better by the day. So fantastic effort by them all.
Let's talk about the mix of guys between seniors, juniors, sophomores. Do you have any freshmen on the squad? Tell us about what that looks like here at West.
Yeah, so this year, we're fortunate. We have about 47 on the roster this year. So we have a very big mix from each of those classes. We have a lot of seniors on this staff that's leading the team. But then we've got freshmen who are contributing as well, both at the varsity level, starting, in the starting 11, but then even also breaking into our JV roster. Same thing, a lot of seniors all the way down to freshmen playing in JVs and doing well at that point, developing, and some of them have already been, essentially promoted from JV into varsity. So a lot of great talent and a lot of competition being had at each position, and it's leading to a lot of that success.
I don't want to say everybody could play defense, but even decent teams could play defense. But you get guys who could score, it takes you to another level, and you have guys who could score over there.
Absolutely. This year we're doing it on each level of the field, but yeah, offensively we've got, I think as of now we got 9 guys who have found the back of the net at one point this year. We have Brian Barbosa leading the way with 13 goals on the season, 49 in his career, one away from hitting that milestone 50th. And then we've got even freshmen contributing with goals. Just finding a way to distribute the ball as well as we can to make sure that teams have to pay attention to everybody and not just focusing on one guy.
These guys have good energy out there on the field. Talk about that mix of, hey, if something goes wrong, we're going to pick it up, or somebody else picks somebody else up.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I think that this team has developed over the last couple of years is just that knowing of where each other are going to be and knowing where their next move is going to be. So it's allowing them to really drop in behind, provide that support, that cover and balance, and really doing what we can to not give up too much space in each level of the field.
You'll learn a little bit about a culture of a school, and obviously almost a handful of years for you at West Scranton. Talk about the buy-in and just seeing these kids and their passion for the game of soccer, and they like hanging out with each other right now too.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing with West Scranton, that I found when I first came in was it's a very diverse school, and just in our team alone, I think we have probably 9 different natural languages that are spoken amongst them all. So, when you have that, it's definitely hard to really build that communication aspect of the game. But we definitely do everything we can to find our ways to enhance the communication, whether it's through body language, whether it's through everybody learning each other's languages and different ways to be able to call for each other. So by the kids, as you mentioned, hanging out with each other, on and off the field, they've really developed that that friendship, that camaraderie, that it's really taken to get us to this level that we're playing at now.
Regular season will be one thing, get to the playoffs, that could be another thing, and different teams you might play, but you guys are pretty much showing up and punching that clock, and you'll face whoever you do, right?
Oh, 100%. These guys, they haven't backed down from anybody, and matter of fact, I think they've risen to the better challenges that they have had. Some of our best games that we've played were against the teams that, on paper, probably people would be counting us out. So I think that's one of the things that we've done very well is really stepping up to those levels of competition. So when it does come to playing this year, we moved from AAA to Quad A. So our playoff atmosphere is 100% different than what it was over the last few years. And just doing everything we can to make sure we're ready for that.
should be a lot of fun. Congratulations thus far on a successful season, and a whole lot more to come here as we get through September, Coach. Thank you.
Absolutely.